Yeah, we are looking at the inverse Laplace transform. Okay, and if you look at the general format for that, the inverse is just, as we all know, this is a symbol for inverse of the Laplace, inverse of Laplace, inverse of Laplace of this function. Okay, so it's going to give you what? That function itself. Okay, just like you have probably you have a sine of a function, okay, and you take the arc sine, you take the arc sine of this function, okay, it's going to give you the inner function. So in a nutshell, the inverse of Laplace of a function will give you that what? That functions. Okay, let's see table. Let's see table. The table is just forth and back. Go forth and back. Go yeah. So what do I mean by that? Look at the initially Laplace of A. We all know Laplace of A is what? Is A over X. Laplace of t to power n is what? That will be n factorial, or what? X n plus 1. Okay? Laplace of this also is this. Laplace of sine is this. So let's now start now. So if this Laplace is, if you take all of them, they are all fractions. Okay? They are all fractions. Laplace of A over X, the inverse of this, the Laplace of the inverse Laplace of A over X, inverse Laplace of A over X will give what? Will give you A. Okay, and if you do Laplace of A again, to give you back the inverse. That's how we call it forth and back. Okay, the inverse Laplace of this is what? Is T what? Tn. And if you take the Laplace of this, you get back this one also. Okay, and that's what they say, that inverse of a function will give you back what? Will give you back f of t. So what we are doing here is just that we are converting from x domain to time domain, from x domain to time domain, okay, or vice versa. Okay, here inverse of this will give you this, okay, and Laplace of this also will give you this. So that's that on this. Then this one, the inverse of this, if you look at it, anything you have here, this is b square. You must have single of that up there. Okay, this is definitely sine what? Sine b bt. Okay, inverse of this fraction also will be what? When you have x and x squared plus b squared, this is definitely what? Will give you cos bt. Okay, that's that. So we use inverse function for a fraction, for fraction, okay, for fractions, okay. Then this one, s over s squared minus b squared. If you check, this and this look alike. It's just that the signs there are opposite to each other. So this will be hyperbolic function cos bt, and this one also, and number 4 also look alike. It's just that this is minus, this is plus, and that will be what? Sine hyperbolic function. Okay, sine h bt. Okay, so that's that on this table. We're going to now see how we can use this inverse Laplace properties. 1. Inverse Laplace of sum of functions, f1, f2. Okay, well, this will be equal to inverse of each of those functions. Inverse of each of those functions, f2. That's so when you have inverse of sum of functions, you have this. Then another one again is inverse of cf1. Okay, the constant to go outside. Then you have c inverse. This is inverse minus 1, minus 1. f prime. So that's that. So that's the properties. Let's see some applications. Questions we have here. Look at these two questions. Inverse of find the inverse of 1 and 2. Question 1. Inverse of difference of functions will be equal to, that will be equal to inverse of difference of functions will be equal to x4. This will be equal to inverse of 7 over this minus inverse of 3 over x4. And this will be equal to, we can bring the constant outside, that's 7, then inverse of 1 over x, okay, minus inverse of, this 3 can also go outside, 3 inverse of 1 over x4, okay. So that's that. Then we need to note that here, for this 1 over x4, there is a problem there. For you to have 1 over x4, you must expect something like 3 here, okay, because this is T3. It looks like that. Okay. Since we are having x4 here, what we are going to do is that we are going to inject this will be 3 factorial. Okay. Because for us to have x4, there must be 3 factorial at the top there over x4. And inverse of that, 3 is already here. Then this 3 factorial, we cancel that out. We cancel that out. Okay, and this will be 7 inverse of 1 over x. Okay, and this will be equal to inverse of 1 over x is what? Is 1. Is 1. Yeah, it's 1. And that's 7 minus 3 times 3 factorial, 3 times 2 times 1. That's 6. And then inverse of this 3 factorial over x factorial, and that will be 7 minus 1 over 2 t3. So that's that. That's that. I just have to know how you can play forth and back. Don't forget that Laplace over t3 is equal to what? Is equal to 3 factorial over x4. Okay, and the moment you have a fraction now, then you can take the inverse of that. If you take the inverse of a single item, not in fraction, you will take inverse to give you something like this, a single item, not a fraction. But it's possible to have a constant beside that. It's possible. Okay, so that's that. So when you're not having Laplace of 1 over inverse of 1 over x4, do that. Something is missing here. Something is missing here. Okay, 3 factorial is missing here. So you can put that. You inject that, and then you cancel that outside. Okay, you cancel it outside. So that's that question. Then number 2, inverse of 1 over x squared plus 7. This is simple. What we are going to do here, we have a constant here. Okay, we have x squared here. We have a constant here. So this looks like inverse of like b over s squared plus b squared. Okay, it looks like that. Okay, so we are going to and if we have this, that's what? That's sine bt. So in this case now, what we are going to do now, we are going to do a little adjustment here. This 1 squared. This 7 must be a multiple. We can make it root 7 squared. We are not changing anything. It's still the same 7. Okay. We want to have what we have here. We want to have it here also. So that's what we want to do. What we have here, we want to have it here too. So root 7 squared is still 7. Okay. It's just that we want to achieve that b is there, b squared is there. Okay. Then what you injected here, what you have injected here, you have to cancel that out. Okay, and that will be what? 1 over root 7. You have to cancel that out. Okay, and that will be 1 over root 7. 1 over root 7 sine root 7 t. That's the answer to that, for that inverse.